Hey, what up, everybody? It's Moss coming to you with a modern gameplay video, and today we're playing with basically Mardu cards I own. So, this is honestly the deck that I really want to run during this RCQ season, but admittedly, I'm broke. So, just being real, I don't have the money for Orcish Bowmaster, so I'm making do with the next best thing. I'm running Marionette Apprentice. Now, because Apprentice does have this whenever a creature or an artifact leaves the battlefield trigger, I'm running a higher number of cards that let me sack things. So, where this deck normally runs either Chthonian Nightmare or Bombardment, maybe it runs a copy of Obnixilis or two in the main, I'm running all three in my deck because it's what I own. It's pretty good to deal with the mirror matchup because realistically Mardu and Boros are huge in the format right now. The deck is pretty decently loaded up on main board interaction. 4 copies of Galv Discharge, 4 copies of Bolt, 2 mainboard Static Prisons, and 2 mainboard Fatal Push. This is a lot, but you need to deal with everything that this deck and the mirror match can throw at you. Outside of that, the rest of the deck is pretty straightforward. Arena of Glory, Flage, a Johnny, Guide, and Ocelot Pride. Super basic stuff. Sideboard, Sun Cleanser obviously for the mirror, Harsh Mentor, 3 copies for Nadu, Rending Volley also for Nadu, but you can make some arguments to bring it in against the Jeskai energy deck, Obsidian Charmall because Tron. You've got Wear Tear to deal with problematic artifacts, deal with Urza's Saga. Unlicensed Hearse for graveyard decks, we really don't want to run into Gorios. Damping Sphere to deal with Storm, and obviously Gigantha, because why not? But that's everything. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in match number 1. Alright, match number 1, we're going to be on the play, which is sick. Alright, reveal the companion. Hand is a little it's a little poopy. It's kind of slow. Opponent's not really revealing anything. If we had Thoughtseize, maybe. So let's mull. It can be faster. Okay, this hand is definitely a lot faster. We'll put back a discharge and let's run it. Okay, so here, let's just go ahead and get this, and we'll play a guide on 1. Say go. Hope our opponent isn't going to do anything too crazy. They're just a Rakdos deck. Interesting. Okay, well, let's go ahead and just do this now. Chances are this Guide Souls is going to eat the dust before we can even do anything. And there's probably some argument to just attacking before. Okay, Marionette. Can't hate that. Let's make the servo and say go. So, opponent plays a land and just passes. We'll play Arid Mesa, which admittedly we could have saved that for the next. Okay. Okay. Opponent's gonna probably shock that in and Bowmaster us. Dang. Alright. It's about the play that we expected. Let's just go ahead and get this out of the way. And we'll just pay 1 into it. Cool. Alright. We're getting in there for just small amounts of damage right now. Honestly, can't say that I hate this deck right now. Okay, Ragavan. Sick. Well, let's go ahead and get a Surveil land. I mean, Arena's good, but I don't know if it's that good right now. when we could be interacting more. Let's go ahead and move to combat. See if our opponent blocks, which there's very little reason for them not to block right here. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and do this. See what we hit. Okay, hitting a Johnny's not bad. What's opponent about to do? They're just casting another Bowmaster. You know, that's fine too. Getting rid of our red permanent. Again, can't hate what they're doing. Okay, they play a Fable. That's fine. I mean, interesting that they're going to do this right now. So we have no problem. And they pitched a Dothy. So this is basically just scam, which is pretty cool. Okay. So let's go ahead and play this pre-combat. That way they're just further incentivized not to attack into us, because we can effectively block everything that they've got. Okay, and opponent just takes it. Alright, what's opponent gonna throw away here? Okay, they just pitch another grief, which isn't too bad. I mean, honestly, we're okay with this, I guess. And then, as long as it's not like a Shelly, we're cool. Okay, Ether Hub is pretty terrible too. Alright. So, we can swing out here, force them to block a Johnny with potentially both things, and that really doesn't get us anywhere particularly important. Because if we top deck another land, then we're kind of cool. Okay. So, yeah, we will definitely do this. And, okay. Got us there. I mean, opponent is going to go down to 8 here. I do feel a little bad now that we don't actually have that Arena of Glory, because being able to make our Gigantha swing through for a lot would be great. Bin of Thoughtseize. Opponent's got one card in hand. They're keeping up blockers, I think. No, just getting in with the Goblin Shaman. Really gotta wonder what they have in hand right now. Okay, so we'll go ahead and kill this Reflection, because we gotta. Alright. I mean, Guide of Souls is good. It's not the ideal card for us in this situation, but it's pretty good. Take out the Guide. It's about what we would expect. Opponent's at 6, so they got a block. We'll take another 1 down to 4. All right. It's basically a race between us and the opponent right now. And we're just hoping that our top decks are better than theirs. And they don't get in here. It's pretty good. Okay. We're not going to go in. We're just going to hold this bolt and hope that we can get a Flage or another land. Okay. What's the opponent got? I mean, let's do it. If they have it, they have it. Okay, they bolt our creature. We bolt them. Come on, Flage. Okay, you know what? We'll take that. Alright. And then we'll just play Juicy J out here. Alright. Say go. Opponent has to have removal spells. Malakir Meyer. Alright. Let's go in for the attack. And they go for the block. And let's do it. Opponent has to have 2 removal spells. And we get there. Let's go. Alright, sideboarding. So, sideboard for this matchup, what do we want? Honestly, there's not really a whole lot that we want for Rakdos. Maybe the Unlicensed Hearse is pretty good. Maybe Wear Tear. And let's see what we could take out against them. So, Bombardment could be nice to get there. Ocelot, Pride, Static Prison. There's a lot that we can bring in, but it's kind of questionable on what we want to take out or if we just want to trim. I think what we want to do is we maybe want to cut the Bombardment, as crazy as that may seem, because we don't want to go down on our board just to stop them from doing their thing. Galv, Discharge, Push, all of those are really good against our opponent. Unlicensed Hearse can be good, but I don't know if it's as good as we're thinking it might be against them. And so maybe we just trim one other spell, and it might be Obnixilis. Because, like, it's putting a lot of pressure on their hand, sure, but yeah, I think we're actually just going to end up cutting something like the Bolt here, because that extra damage, it's good for removing their stuff, but eh. Okay, so we will reveal our companion, and hand's not the worst. We do have a lot of ways to potentially get rid of a Scammed Grief. I do think we want to hold this Ocelot Pride, however, because the ability to just play a Flage after it is going to be really important for us. Surgical Extraction gets binned. Probably means they have another one in hand. Okay. We're going to go ahead and just get a... Let's get an elegant parlor here. Yeah. Elegant parlor is going to be the take for us. We'll put the static prison into the yard. Okay. Guide of Souls now looks like a pretty decent play for us this turn. So let's go ahead and just do shock there, and if they bowmaster us, they bowmaster us. I mean, bowmaster is definitely a card we can see in our future. Okay, so they get rid of that. Probably going to take out the pride too. Okay, they just go for another Raucous Theater, which isn't terrible. And they've been a not dead. Really got to wonder what our opponent's thinking about here. I mean, they just have the 2 lands. So let's move to combat. Okay, there's the bowmaster that we were expecting. Alright, let's go ahead and just play out this Flage. And again, if they got the bowmaster or the surgical in hand, they got the surgical. What would be really sick right now is if we top deck an Arena of Glory. Okay, there's a hearse. Hearse is a little bit of a beating. Okay. So now we can do a couple of things here, which I don't hate. So let's go for Amped Raptor after our Guide of Souls, gain the energy, we'll yield, we'll get an Ajani, we'll gain a bunch more life, and I think this might be the turn for us to just go and take out the unlicensed hearse. And next turn we can send something flying. Like, we've got options on what we can do. Okay, they push our guide. They terminate a Johnny. I mean, yeah, we'll prevent that from coming back. And we'll just do this. And we'll make a servo. I really want to hold on to this galvanic discharge just in case they play out a Shieldred. Okay. So they go for Fable here. We'll go ahead and just kill the Fable token. I mean, them being able to dig into Shieldred is going to be pretty important. Okay. Yeah, we'll prevent that. Let's go ahead and just pull our companion into hand. Getting in for another 4 here. And then we'll just yield until the end step. Okay, they've been a Dothy. Oh no, there's a Ragavan. Alright. Let's go ahead and just do this now because we don't want them to get anything actually good off of Ragavan. Put that in the yard. And they hit an Arid Mesa. Sick. Alright, monkey back in their hand. Yeah, we'll pay that. Let's go ahead and just swing. Okay. We knock the opponent down to 7. If we play Marionette Apprentice, we still can play fairly well through removal, which will be great for us. Make another servo and say go. Like, yeah, we're holding on to Gigantha one more turn, but any death that we suffer on our side of the field is going to deal our opponent 2 damage. Okay. Opponent fetches a swamp and just concedes. Let's go. See you guys in match number 2. Alright, match number 2, and we're going to be on the play. Reveal Jeggy. And this hand actually does everything that we want it to. We'll absolutely keep it. Now, the question kind of is, what do we want to play on, like, 2 as far as our lands? Is it gonna be the Arena of Glory, or is it going to be the Blood Crypt? And I think we want to just get Sacred Foundry on 1, play Guide, and maybe go Arena of Glory into Amped Raptor on 2. Because, I mean, that does just put so much pressure on our opponent, even if it does kind of stifle our mana for turn 3. Okay. An opponent mulligan down to 6. Not revealing a companion means that it could be a number of things in Modern right now. Could be Nadu. Okay, they're playing Necro. Okay, so they're probably going to take our Raptor here without question, because just putting things onto the board is going to be huge for us winning. I'd be surprised if they took a Johnny. But let's see. Okay, they took a Johnny. Oh, and we get Cat. I do feel like, as important as it would be for us to maybe put pressure on this opponent, again, we're really hurting ourselves on mana. Alright, but we got to do this. Okay. So, let's do it like this. Guide, and then Amped Raptor trigger. We'll get a Marionette Apprentice, which is pretty cool. And then next turn, we can really start to go off. We'll absolutely make the servo here. And let's go in like this. Let's yield, do this. We will absolutely pay the 3 energy, and we will make our Amped Raptor go just absolutely at face. Now, next turn, again, we are stifled just a little bit on mana. We could go Chthonian Nightmare. We could attack, go Chthonian Nightmare, get back a Johnny, and yeah, it's a pretty strong line. Okay, so now the Chthonian Nightmare is definitely gone. Shocking. Opponent is going to take a ton of damage this next turn. Like, they absolutely need to have land and removal, and I don't think they have it. Now, what would be crazy is if we hit another Amped Raptor off the top. Okay, Bombardment. Let's take a look and see if we actually got this. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, we have them exactly dead here. Okay. I mean, they need to have Soul Spike right now just to beat everything that we're about to have on them. Okay. So let's do it. We'll cast the Bombardment, target them, sack that. And all right. Let's see if you have it, opponent. I don't think they do. Oh, they do. All right. Well, let's go one more time. Sick. Oh my gosh. I loved that line. All right. On to game number 2. Or on the sideboarding, I guess, before game number 2. Obviously, Wear Tear is coming in here. And nothing else really stands out. I think the thing that we can get rid of for sure is the fatal pushes that aren't doing a whole lot. Galvanic Discharge gets us more energy so that we can do everything that we need to. Lightning Bolt gets us more stuff. Yeah. I think that's just the move that we make and run it back. Okay. So, running it like this. I mean, again, hand does just about everything that we want yet again. Yeah, we'll absolutely keep this. I will admit this matchup is the one where the broke version of Mardu kind of falls apart compared to its like better cousin. Like having Orcish Bowmaster for the turn that they go for Necrodom would just be incredible. Now, chances are here they're probably taking Guide of Souls. No, they're just taking a Johnny again. Okay. Well, we don't want to give our opponent that much information on our hand, letting them know that we drew a land for turn. So I think we're just going to honestly save ourselves some life, or at least as much life as we can, and play this guide off of a plains. And the next turn maybe fetch a Blood Crypt. Okay. I mean, well, that's a Bowmaster if I've ever seen it. So, all right. And I mean, maybe there's some logic to just going ahead and casting it first main. Okay, we'll go for 3 at their face. If they have the Necrodome this next turn, I think we're honestly just cooked either way. Yeah. Okay, so opponent gets a Raucous Theater, puts down a Takenuma. There's a castle. And there's the Necrodome. I mean, they're just going to draw like, what, 5, 6 cards? Just to go about a quarter of the way through their deck. Yeah. And if they have it, they're going to use it to get rid of my Guide of Souls. Calling all their shots. Okay. So a Johnny's actually a really good hit for us here. So let's just go ahead and attack. And honestly, I do think we just want to go for just a Johnny, and I mean, again, like we're dealing 2 to them if we take that line. I'm not super pumped about taking that particular line in this situation. Are you going to play a Shieldred? Okay, Deluge is very bad. Alright, let's... Okay. I mean, we made them have it all. Let's do it. We'll just gain all that energy, make you spend the life. I mean, you can very comfortably go down to 1. Okay, so opponent just draws 2 cards and passes. I don't think we're in a great spot now. And now that we're forced to draw the Gigantha or put it into our hand, I don't think we're getting through this. We've given them way too much time to catch back up. Ooh, Soren's not great. Ooh. Okay. So I think our opponent might have us absolutely cooked here. Okay, you're just drawing a couple cards. Okay. We did miss a potential, like, good set of draws there. Alright, we're going to go ahead and just play this out. Okay. And we'll make the servo, so that's 1, 2, 3. So we got to block Soren. We gotta block Soren. Okay, opponent's gonna make the attack. I mean, we'll make the block all day. Okay. Go upstairs. Sack that. I mean, opponent doesn't want to draw here, do they? I mean, extort all you want, for sure. Alright, opponent's at 2. They can draw 1. Okay. And Bolt gets us there. Hot dog. Alright, that was sick. Alright, GG. See you guys in match number 3. Alright, match number 3, and we're going to be on the play. And reveal Juicy J. Okay, so hand is really sweet. It does like every last thing we want it to do. So as long as our opponent really doesn't interact with us too much, I feel like we're okay. Alright. And we're just going to play out the pride, go for a Johnny next turn. Opponent didn't reveal a companion, so we can only hope that that's going to go well for us. Ah, damn, it's Nadu. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and shock this in, play this, and I mean, the absolute worst thing for our opponent to do right now is block. So really just gonna bank on that. Because I mean, they'll flip this a Johnny. Alright, we get to gain a life. We'll flip him. We will make another cat. Say go. If they hit the Nadu this turn, like, it is what it is. If we go for the bombardment, we can deal 3 to something, which will be sweet. So let's see what they do. Okay, opponent goes for Bristly Bill and a land. Trigger Bill. And they go for another land. Trigger Bill. Okay. So, alright, the delighted halflings are not so delightful. Alright, we're going to go ahead and play this Raucous Theater out. And we will, yeah, we'll just go ahead and do this. How do we feel about the Fatal Push? That is not a great card for us at this exact moment. Okay, so we play this bombardment out. We take out Bristly Bill. Yeah. So we're going to trigger, target, sack a cat, and move to combat, and just do this. So we've got 9 damage on board right now. 9, 10, 11, 12. I mean, if they can't Nadu combo us this turn, then we can actually get there. It's crazy that we can get there. Well, Nadu combo and unblocked. But, I mean, that's a lot that we have to do just to get there. The only thing that really helps us in that situation is maybe hitting a 1-drop creature like Ocelot Pride, Guide of Souls does give us 4. If we hit Marionette Apprentice, that's 5. Up to the face. 6, 7, 8. Okay, Marionette Apprentice gets us there. Okay, so they obviously go for the Nadu. They play Waterlogged Grove. Do they have the Shugo? Oh, opponent doesn't have it. Okay, so they just send both at a Johnny. That's fine. Okay, so that's 4 at the dome. And then, I mean, let's just go for the attack too. Just to really ensure that we're going to get there. Alright, opponent's F6'd. So, dead? Heck yes. Alright, that's great. So, on to game number 2 against Nadu. We're bringing in the whole Nadu package. And what are we going to take out? So, Chthonian was just sitting there. Obnixilis is not going to help us get there. And dare I say, we might have to cut one of our other removal spells. I want to say that Fatal Push might be the thing to take here. Static Prison's also pretty bad and pretty slow. Everything else is instant speed. So I think we'll run it like that. Alright. Game number 2. We're going to be on the draw. This hand is garbage. Just hot, flaming garbage against Nadu. So we will mull. This hand's pretty trash too. But it does have every bit of removal that we could ask for. We'll put an Amped Raptor back and say go. We really just hope that we like top deck a land in these first couple of turns. Okay, so surprise, surprise. There's a halfling. Okay. It's not the worst start. Let's get a Sacred Foundry. And bolt it. Okay, they go for Shuko. Shuko pass. Um, I mean, the line here is definitely just go for the pride, I feel like. Pride gives us the most potential outs. And if they don't go for the Nadu this turn, then we're really fine just... Beating a Spring Heart is bad. It's like actually the worst thing for us. Okay. I mean, yeah, you gotta die. You gotta die. Come on, land. Not what I was hoping for. Not what I was hoping for at all. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and attack here. What a shock. They don't do anything. We got to take Shuko? I feel like. Again, at some point, hitting a land would be the ideal scenario for us. Okay, they have land. And they just pass. Okay, thank goodness we hit the Blood Crypt. Alright, we're going to go ahead and just shock this in. Go for a Amped Raptor. We're going to be up to 3. That's like the plus for us here. Alright, we'll hit a Marionette Apprentice. Not terrible. I mean, always yield. We'll make the servo, and we will swing with both of these. Okay, opponent makes a construct. Oh, all the tokens. All the tokens. Love that for us. Okay, so is opponent going to make another construct, or are they going to float mana? Okay, they don't even float mana, so they definitely just have another saga. Sick. Sick. Love it. Chord for Nadu. Trigger Nadu. Kill Nadu. Okay, you hit another Nadu. So our next turn is predicated on just absolutely like getting there somehow. That is the only way that we win this turn. Come on, Goblin Bombardment. Godless Shrine. Last thing that I wanted to see. Okay, so what do we want to do here? I think, honestly, we're not going to prevent this. We're not. You get back another Shuko. Have at it, opponent. Huzzah. We'll make another servo. We will swing out. And opponent's at 7. Alright. Trigger the Ocelot Pride. And let's just cue the Benny Hill music because, by God, this is going to be a mess of a turn. Jeez. Okay, so opponent hits Odawara. They hit a chord. They're gonna chord here, I guess. Chord for 2. Except they gotta tap Nadu, the insect. Cool. Get the Spring Heart Nantuko. And you're going to trigger all your stuff again. Alright, show me. I mean, there's really no way you brick here. There's no way you brick here, brother. Ain't no way they break here. Okay, they didn't break. Okay, so they have Island and God, what's that other card? Breeding Pool left in their deck. So cool, they let Temple Garden come in tapped. Chord. I was about to say, opponent, you don't even have to do that yet. You can do it on your other insect token. Alright, there you go. If only Moto had the little interface that we do in paper, where it's the 0, 1, 2. Okay, you hit another one. Yay! Another Spring Heart Nantuko. You make more. There's a Dryad Arbor. There's a Waterlogged Grove and all the triggers. Just show me the Thassa's Oracle. Because if my opponent doesn't have the Thassa's Oracle in hand, and they're just going to go for the, like, paper lines, then this is going to be a long, long, long match. Alright. So far, they're doing the thing. There's a Yavimaya, so they don't have to fetch. There's a Wall of Roots in their hand. There's a Hollowed Fountain. Are you shocking it in an opponent? There you go. There's the island. And where's that Thoracle? There's a Misty. Thoracle could just be in their hand. They got Grazer. Shifting Woodland. There I go. Exploding. Alright. Sweet. Game number 3. I'm keeping my board just the same. Like, there's almost some argument to just running Damping Sphere for when they try to do their crazy turn like that, because maybe they won't have the mana to actually tap and activate if I put them low enough. But at the same time, eh. Okay. So, let's see here. Is this hand worth keeping? The answer is no. It's a little too slow. Is this hand worth keeping? The answer is yes. It's just fast enough. What do I want to put back, however, is a bigger question, and I feel like the answer is we maybe want to just take out the Galv Discharge. Okay. So it's going to be this untapped. Play this. If they don't go for the turn 1, okay, opponent. Okay, opponent, I see you. Giving me ample opportunity. Yeah, we will happily make a servo. Okay. So, opponent is going to do what? Windswept. I mean, if they play any creature here, we do have a very strong chance of killing it. I mean, yeah, we just kill the Bristly Bill here. We always yield. Now, the problem is how? How do we kill? How do we kill our opponent? So, okay. So we're at 12, or they're at 12. We'll make a token, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just a hair short of lethal. We do potentially have it next turn, though. which is really impactful for us. And they got to float mana here. Can we get there? Can we get there against the scourge of the modern format? Okay, one brick. We got there. Oh my goodness, we got there. That's crazy. We got there against Nadu. Oh man. Okay, so let's go ahead and all right, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, we've got it. We beat the worst deck to play against in Modern with the broke version. Okay. At the face. And target them. Sacrifice. And I mean, we could just do this to try and get there. I mean, let's just attack. By all means, our opponent should see that we are going to get there. Alright, so we will sack. And we're going to go at the face. And we're going to go at the face. And sack one more. Wow. Cannot believe we got there. See you guys in match number 4. Alright, match number 4, and we're going to be on the play. So, Giganta. Oh no. Opponent also revealed a Giganta, and with this hand, we're not getting there. Seems a little bit better. It's a little bit better. We will start by putting that plains back, and we're just going to go ahead and play out this Marsh Flats. Okay, looks like opponent might be Boros. Starting with an Ocelot Pride. And well, now I feel kind of bad that we have to like start off this way, but yeah. Hiya. 1 damage. Well, good thing that that Chthonian Nightmare was not on top. And we're not playing that. Alright. Opponent, you might be able to get us here. Amped Raptor into... Ooh, a Flage that you cannot cast. That is unfortunate. Well, it's real bad. Let's just go ahead and attack with our dino. And let's yield until the next end step. We really want to hit something good. Oh, okay, they just play that. That's fine. Alright, what are we going to do here? It's probably going to be something like a elegant parlor. And you know what? We will actually keep that on top. And we will cast you. And absolutely just make the servo. Okay, opponent is down to 14. This Chthonian Nightmare could be nightmarish for us, depending on if we actually hit anything or not. Discard Ragavan and a Marsh Flats. Play a Arid Mesa. Are they gonna put Gigantha in hand? Because that would be very telling. Okay. I think we're gonna take this. Okay. They just fetch for a plains? Oh no. Do you have the moon? No. Okay. You have the Ajani? No. Well. Brother, we might be cooked. We might be like a nice fricassee right now. We are cooked. And maybe we should have made the swing with everything. There's definitely some argument to be made there. But now this nightmare is dead in our hand. Cool. I will admit, this is a huge upside that the Boros version has that the Rakdos version doesn't. Like, being able to basically just get your Goblin Shaman in basically every other turn to kind of maneuver through Blood Moon. I should have fetched around it, especially the moment that I knew I was playing against Boros. Well, I think we're dead. Oh, we are very dead. We are just super dead. Okay, okay, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Alright, let's see what our next draw looks like. Yeah, we're dead. We're super dead. Alright. Maybe should have fetched around Blood Moon. That's on us. GG. Alright, so Sun Cleanser comes in. Hearse comes in. Chthonian out. Yeah, Chthonian's out. Because we have to be able to work around everything that they've got as far as their own sun cleansers go. And then we need to just trim around the edges. I do think maybe going down some number of Galv discharge might be okay. Just like one discharge, one marionette, and maybe cut an ob, because again it does tax the mana unnecessarily. Run it like this. Okay, so game number 2, we're going to be on the play. Reveal Jagantha. And hand's a little slow, but it's definitely worth keeping. Arena is going to be a booger. Okay, let's start by doing this. Okay, elegant parlor. Okay. Play that, and we'll pass, make our token. Okay, Ether Hub comes down. Amped Raptor comes down. Are we about to go down? Yeah. Well, hold up now. This could be good. Let's go for Sun Cleanser. And we'll take all the counters away from them. We'll both be at 19. And I mean, us not hitting our extra land here is bad. But I think we're okay. Opponent hitting a Flage here would be not great. Alright, they taking out the Pride? Or are they going for the face? Taking out the Pride. Sounds about right. Obnix is pretty good too. Let's just take out Guide and take out Amped Raptor, and we'll just swing with these two. Again, big advantage to Boros is that they get to play Fable and Blood Moon in the same deck. You know what? Yeah. We'll keep doing it. We will absolutely keep doing the thing here. Let's do this. Take out the Fable. And we will honestly just discharge this. I feel like is the best thing that we can do. Well, yeah, discharge does let us keep both of our static prisons around for 2 turns. So now we just go through with the attack. We're only hitting opponent down to 19. It's a little rough for us. I would love it if we could get a unlicensed hearse at this point. Ocelot Pride into what? Okay, it's Ocelot Pride into another Flage. You take out our cat token. You maybe go 3 to the face. We just swap life totals, basically. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yes. Yes. Problem is, if we we have to let them essentially just kill one of our things, which is really unfortunate for us. Now, if they have a fetch land here, we probably just look at dying. Okay, so yeah, we'll just block the cat token. We're not going to let them... Well, we do actually stop them from being able to use this ether hub for anything. Okay, they do have the Arena of Glory. That's pretty good. Well, we did take ourselves off of being able to do anything with that. Okay. Are we dead? Yes, we are. We are super dead. We are absolutely dead. GG's opponent. Alright, match number 5, and we're on the play for the 5th game in a row. This hand is not the worst. I can see it being okay if we top deck the right thing. So we're going to go guide and pass. Opponent doesn't reveal anything, but they do have a Kalia avatar, which probably means they're on control in some way, shape, or form. There's a Sacred Foundry. And there's a Galv Discharge. So they might just be Boros energy. They might be Mardu without Gigantha, which seems almost wrong. Besides maybe not giving away information about what you're playing to your opponent. They are indeed Jeskai. Did not think that I would call it that hard. Alright, well, let's go ahead and take out your pride with our Flage. That is interesting that they're running Jeskai with no companion. There's a bombardment. If this were Arena, this is where we would just spam nice all over. Okay. So, opponent is getting an elegant parlor, and what are they putting into their yard? They put a flage in off the top. We cry. Okay. It's Cat Daddy. Honestly, Johnny's dead. Come on, fetch land. I'll take that. Okay. You get an ether hub. What you gonna do, opponent? What you gonna do? They're really mulling this decision over. They could play in a Johnny, but they know whatever they play is it's gonna get flaged next turn, without a doubt. If I hit an Arena of Glory, they're cooked. In just so many ways. They are absolutely done for. Okay, they hit their own flage. Cool. They go for our face. I don't hate that. Are they going to sack it? Okay, good. And red, red, and white, white. And we're just gonna take all the stuff in the yard. And not a Johnny. I'll take guide though. Guide for sure will come out. Okay. So, for as much smack as I talked about Fatal Push being the energy mirror breaker, I don't feel like it's going to help us out that much in this matchup. Not going to block because we don't want them to just do everything with their Flage. Okay, so opponent's getting the Titan out of the yard. Or at least they're very seriously considering it. It would be almost a mistake for them not to. And I feel like in the absence of energy, we might be a little bit better positioned. We know that they're definitely just running the blue from Mockingbird, though. I mean, not the worst thing. Okay, so attack with Flage. Go for the face. Is opponent going to block here? Okay, they are going for the block. We are going to go for Obnixilis and just downtick and make a devil. So now we've got a couple extra points of damage that we can throw around that our opponent does not. Okay, we'll block and let's see if they sack. Okay, they do. Ooh, Ranger Captain. Love that. So now they're definitely just getting a Guide of Souls. Guide of Souls or Pride are really good pickups for them here. If we hit a fetch land, we win, I think. Yeah. So it's fetch, Elegant Parlor, surveil whatever we get into the yard, get back Flage, and then it's 3 to the face. We Sacrifice Flage for 4. Well, no, we're 1 short. We're 1 short if we do that. So it's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, yep. We are 1 off from lethal. Dude, that's crazy. Now, the good thing is we can sack the devil token to kill off the Guide of Souls, which is pretty good. The key thing is just stopping our opponent from gaining any life. Okay. Opponent plays a Guide of Souls. We have to kill their guide by sacking everything there. And as long as that last thing in their hand isn't a fetch land, we get there. Yeah, I think as long as it's not a fetch land, we get there. Barely. Okay, so opponent sacked their Guide of Souls to deal a damage to our Flage, which is surprising. I mean, we'll take this damage. All day we take this damage. Because we don't want them fueling their yard. Let's see. So, again, they have to have exactly a fetch land here. A Mockingbird. For X equals 2. They're going to copy Flage. They gain a life up to 5. And it's a Flage with flying. That's intense. Okay. That's 5. I mean, we'll sack it. There's another point upstairs, but we just narrowly lose out on this stack war. Yeah. Opponent got us here. Well, let's not be super hasty. Okay. So what's the opponent going to do? Are they going to play Flage here? Domas for 3. Yeah. Okay, now I think we can wrap this one up because they definitely got us. Oof. Alright. On to sideboarding against Jeskai Energy. So I think just like the other energy matchup, it's like we want to bring on Unlicensed Hearse, we want to bring in Sun Cleanser. Chthonian Nightmare seems fine, but they're bringing their own in. Drop Ob, and I want to say we maybe just drop both. And let's drop a Static Prism because, again, it is slow. Alright. And one land, but it's got everything that we're realistically looking for. So I think we can run it and see if our opponent matches our energy here. Matching the energy. Alright, Elegant Parlor. We will throw the discharge in the yard because we need a land more than anything. Like this for us. Let's... You know, I really do want to risk it all here. Let's go for an Amped Raptor. And we did it. We hit a Sun Cleanser. They got their own Sun Cleanser. We got a game. Okay, so can we deal with an Ocelot Pride that gets one activation here? I think so. Can we deal with two Ocelot Prides? I think that's the real question. Okay. So they get a Mockingbird. Alright. Well, we're just gonna kill everything at this point. And is it... It might be worth it, actually, to just go ahead and kill the Ranger Captain. Okay. Alright, well, we're going to go ahead and just attack in. Okay. Opponent plays land. They're going to go for a Mockingbird, probably just copying the Sun Cleanser. Cool. I mean, again, not the worst thing for us. Now we do have to make sure that they don't have like a bolt, which I think Jeskai does run bolts. Alright, well, we're just going to go ahead and eat their yard. Okay, so we're going to do this. Let's see, we can take the Sun Cleanser. They've got copied. And potentially swing in for 6 here. That's 5. Yeah, I think swinging in for 6 might be worth it. Okay. We'll crew with both of those. Opponent will go down to 4. And then they'll crack that, go to 3. Okay, binning some extra lands. Okay. Opponent's cycling to just draw a card. So they are desperate. Ooh, and they have another one? Yeah, opponent's really desperate here. Going for another draw. And opponent scoops it up. Alright, sweet. Game number 3. And do we want to change our board in any way? So Obsidian Charmaw almost looks good, but it's not good enough. And yeah, I think just running it back like this is fine. Only change I could maybe think of making is swapping out Galv for another Static Prison. And if this was a set of fetches, then maybe... I think we gotta mull this. Well, this is how we lose. This is absolutely how we lose this game. Boop. Well, we do have to put 3 back, so... I mean, we're not putting any pressure on them by doing it like this, so maybe... Yeah, I think we can really just hope to draw into pressure. Mulling the 4 is how we get cooked. We're so done. Alright. Let's go with the Rockets Theater. And opponent has guide and passes. Okay. If they kill it, that means that they don't have a blue for a Mockingbird. Alright. Discharge the boy. Cool. Let's go ahead and just fetch something out here. We will get a plains and just do this. Well, nah, we're not going to actually activate it just yet. Opponent is only on 2 lands. Alright. We'll kill it. And take those 2. And put Jagantha in hand. Again, we are basically dead. Okay, opponent gets a hub. Oh man, going for the Mockingbird here is so bad for us. If only we had Pyroclasm. Sure. I mean, if they have a Galvanic Discharge, we basically die. Yep. Yeah, they got us. GG's opponent. Alright, see you guys in the wrap-up. Okay, so what do we think of this broke version of Mardu Energy? And honestly, the deck functioned fairly well without Orcish Bowmaster. The only losses that we took were to just the Energy Mirror, and one of them we lost on a mold of 4. So, I don't know, it's really hard to say if this deck isn't just good in basically any form that you play it in. Like, I've seen people playing Jeskai, Naya, Mardu now. Like, I don't think there's a single version of Energy that's not going to be great. And given we only have about another week and a half before Nadu gets banned, 13 days until the 26th from when I'm recording this. I think this deck and Gorios are probably going to be somewhere at the top of the meta, and figuring out the best way to exploit and beat them is going to be key to winning in your RCQs in the rest of this season. But that's been everything. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.